Hi, my name is William Powell. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my television background. I've played in a comedy variety show for DC Cable and a consumer affairs show for Fairfax County government. I think I would be great for QVC because I like to sell. I like to see how people's minds work. It's fun to see their eyes light up when they see a new product. To that end, let's get started selling. I have a portable DVD player, which this is really one of my favorite. I used to have one of these before that had a screen about 7 inches and it was a little bit too small. I've watched movies before on laptops, and that's kind of crazy. You get the screensaver coming up and it's a real hassle. This is just the right size. As you can see, the screen is approximately 10 inches. I think it's just the right size for viewing, either in the car or at home. I know over the holidays I got a chance to catch up on my movies, some of the big hits from last summer like Batman and Iron Man, and some of the oldies but goodies like Die Hard. And I think it was really good because the screen was just right. It also had some really good features. It has a little remote, which is very good. It has an A and a B. You'd start with A in a scene, and you click B for the end, near the end of that scene, and you click repeat. It'll repeat a certain section. If there's a certain part that you like, Batman is doing something very interesting, you can play that part over and over. Of course, it has fast forward and rewind and all that good stuff. So it's a really good machine. I really like it. One of the things I like about it is it has pretty good audio. And right now I've got an oldie but a goodie. I've got Goldfinger with Sean Connery, and you can see just how crisp and clear it is. Got really good resolution. In some ways, it's more fun to watch a movie on this than it is to watch one on the television. I kind of like the flat screen. I guess you could watch a a DVD on your computer or your laptop like I've done before. But yeah, then you kind of, what if I spill a drink on it? What if, that can get kind of tricky. So this is a really good machine. I mentioned earlier the remote. And you can see it has a lot of good features. I won't go through them all. I won't bore you, but it's got pretty good features on here. It's got the fast forward, the title sequence, everything that you're used to. So I'm not really going to go into real depth there. Let's put on another movie. See if I can just pop this open. And there's a show. Let's try this. What do I have here? Oh, The Closer, Kyra Sedgwick. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. You can see that it boots up really quick. It's really nice. Really nice product. And it was pretty reasonably priced too. I've seen them as high as 150, as low as in the 80s, but this was really priced competitively. This was, what was it? 125. This is 125, and it was worth every penny. I mean, you can spend $200 on a portable DVD player. Let's see if this comes up. Look at that. Look at that resolution. Isn't that nice? I really like that. Got good sound, good resolution. Really fun way to watch a movie or a TV show. Another thing I like about it is when it runs, it doesn't make a whole lot of noise. I know I've had some noisy machines in the past, a lot of distortion. Not good. Not good. But this is a really good machine. I like this machine. Another thing I like about it is, of course, you can use this as a conventional DVD player. You have these cords, these AV cords that you can plug into your TV, in front of your TV, and this uses as a conventional DVD player. Another thing that's nice, I haven't used this yet, but it has a little harness for the back of your seat in your minivan or your car. If you've got kids, it's like, Daddy, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Well, this will solve that problem. You can just put your portable DVD player in this little harness right behind the seat, and they can sit back there and watch movies, Finding Nemo or whatever they're into. But this is really nice. So as you can see, he's got pretty good picture, just the right size. Really fun to look at. The thing that really impressed me about this is the size. The size is not too big, not too cumbersome like a notebook, but it's not so small that you're trying to trying to see the characters and what's going on screen. That can be very, very distracting. Okay, so it's made by AudioVox. It's a good product. I would highly recommend it. And I believe I've said just about everything I can think about saying about this. Oh, one other thing. It does have the batteries on the back here. It's got pretty good battery life, about 2 to 3 hours. So I'd highly recommend this. I want to move on now to another product. And that product is, I have here a boombox. Remember these? By Philips. This is a really nice machine. It's a very nice machine. It's got a digital tuner. It's the best of old school and new school because it has actually the capacity to play tape. You can put an audio tape in there. Remember those? You can also play CDs up here up top, which is very nice. I've got a Brian Tracy CD in there. I'm a big fan of Brian Tracy. And I'll tell you another thing I like about it. It's got a remote. Check this out. So you can actually turn it on if the batteries work in this thing. I'm not too sure if they do. But if they don't, I can switch it up here to CD. And we can listen to a little bit of Brian Tracy. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, turn up the sound here. It's always good to remember to hit play when you're doing this. Otherwise, you won't hear anything. It's pretty good sound there, huh? Here's a volume here.
As a sales professional is to sell the very most.
Sales, there you go. Sales. You can tell I'm a sales fan.
As it turns out, it takes just as long
How to be a master salesman
as to remain an average performer. The choice is up to you.
I don't want Brian Tracy to get mad with me, so I'll probably just
what he's talking about.
cut that off. This was for QVC, not for Brian Tracy.
Still
So.
make sales calls and presentations today.
And also, you could also switch this to, which is the radio. You can hit this button here and kind of go through the different channels, sort of scans. So I think Philips made a pretty good product. I mean, you know. Because I remember years ago you had the analog radio and you had to kind of tune and try to get the dial just perfect. And it was a real mess to try to get it just right. It was no fun. Here you just hit this and you kind of hone in on your favorite channels. I won't get too deeply into them, but there are buttons on here like the, like your mode button. You can kind of hone in on one station and it'll remember the station. You're familiar. Most people are familiar with this. So I'm not going to go real deep into features. But it's a pretty good machine, I think. It's got a nice slick design. It's got here on the back an area for batteries. You put your several D batteries in there, though I never really use those too much. Just keep it hooked up. Let's see if I can get this back in here without tearing it apart. I got some big hands, I gotta be real careful. It's got an antenna here, it's real nice. Increase your reception, and it's really nice. I was always impressed with the design of this machine. It's very slick. It doesn't take up too much room on your countertop. You can set it on your, I know it's good places like the kitchen or the living room. It's kind of unobtrusive. So that's another thing that I like about this.